का स्वागत है भगवत गीता के इस प्रवचन
We
में।
welcome all of you to this class on Bhagavad Gita. We will study second chapter, verse number 7. In the previous class, we heard that Arjun told Bhagavan Sri Krishna that he doesn't want to fight because he has to fight with his Gurujanas like Bhishma, Dronacharya, and they are worthy of being worshipped by him. They are worshipable, respectable. How can Arjun shoot arrows on them? He should rather offer flowers to them. And if he fights and these people die, then how will he enjoy the kingdom? All those objects of enjoyment will be stained with their blood. It means that he will always get that remembrance that this kingdom that I am enjoying, the seat, the royal throne on which I am sitting, whatever objects I am enjoying, I have got them all by killing my Guru Chanas. So this thought will always take away his peace of mind, and he doesn't want to lose his peace of mind. And he also has the doubt that because he is a Kshatriya, it is his duty to fight the war. Because if Kshatriya does not fight in the war, then the irreligious people, they will defeat the people who are religious. They will exploit the people who are religious by their own power. That is why king means who protects the subjects. That's why he is called Kshatriya. If he doesn't do this, then he falls down from his duty. Like any person, suppose there is a policeman, so it is the duty of the police to protect the society. If he cannot protect the society from antisocial people, and he says that how can I kill these people? They are my brothers, they are my own people. And, and now if somebody's brother is in a police or in army, then and he says that how can I kill this person although he is antisocial? This person is my brother, is my father. These people they maintained me, they gave me money. So that means that person does not want to perform his duty. So this kind of person should not be recruited in the army or in the police because that is their job. If he doesn't want to do this, then he should join some ashram, learn yoga, perform bhajan. So it is the duty of Kshatriya. So Arjun is thinking this also. That's why he says that I have become bewildered regarding my dharma. So deliberating all this, he spoke the seventh verse. Translation of verse 7. My nature being overpowered by the defect of weakness of heart and my mind being confused about my duty, I ask you to please tell me decisively which course of action is most beneficial for me. I am your disciple and have taken refuge in you. Please instruct me. So there are 4 points in this verse. First is Karpanya dosha upahata swabhava, dharma samudha cheta, and shreya nishchitam bruhitanme. So he makes 4 points. First is that I have got this defect of weakness of heart. So I explained this in the previous class also that here kripanata means not related to wealth, but the primary duty of our human life, that is to realize Bhagavan. I have got kripanata about that. I have become weak in that duty because I have got attachment to my family. So when we have attachment to material objects, to our family, then we will not be able to walk on the spiritual path. Because spiritual path means to give up all these material attachments. Giving up does not mean that giving up everyone and going somewhere else. Because where shall we go? The whole world is material only. The point is that we should not have attachment. Renunciation is ultimately of attachment only, not the object. Because if you give up the object and you have attachment to the object, then that is not real renunciation. So there are many people like this who do not have uh, their own home building. That does that mean that they are very much renounced? No, they are also attached. But on the other side, if you see King Bharata, he was ruling over the earth, but with detachment. So this miserliness, this kripanata, it shows that we have attachment to material objects, and our atma, which is Ansha of Paramatma, the Atma is not turned towards the Paramatma, because of which our nature, our duty, our real duty, we forget that. Because Kshatriya, Brahman, Vaishya, Shudra, whatever duties they have, they are also ultimately meant for our spiritual progress only. With those duties, not only we make material progress, but we also progress on the spiritual path. So the Kshatriya duty which Arjuna has regarding fighting in the war, that has become upahata, and he has become bewildered regarding his dharma. So his chitta has become mood. So it is like mistaking a rope for snake. So this is the illusion. So this is the condition of our chitta. When our chitta is filled with tamasic nature, then we cannot take proper decision, because our mind, intelligence, and ego, they operate based on our chitta only. So if our chitta is bewildered or it is tamasic, in Yoga Shastra there are 5 states of chitta described: Moodha, Vikshipta, Chitta, Moodha, Vikshipta, Ekagra, and Samadhi. So the first 3 stages, these are the states of bewilderment when we are uh, influenced by Rajogun and Tamogun. So in that condition, we get thoughts also accordingly, and our intelligence also works accordingly, and our ego is also like that. We get thoughts also accordingly. We take decisions accordingly with our intelligence. So we have to purify this chitta. That's why in Yoga Shastra it is said Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha. Why don't they talk about mind, intelligence, etc.? And that's why Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said Cheto Darpana Marjana. You have to purify the chitta, because if chitta becomes pure, everything else will become pure. And if chitta is not pure, then everything else will remain impure only. That's why he says Dharma Sammudha Cheta, that my chitta is bewildered regarding dharma. That's why I am not able to take decision whether I should fight or not, whether I should live by begging or not, whether it is beneficial for me to win in this war or to lose. Then he says that how will I get ultimate benefit from this? So in the previous class, I explained that in our Upanishads there are 2 words, Shreya and Preya. So Preya means those activities with which we will get material benefit, like performing fire sacrifice, Agnihotra, etc. So performing those dharmic activities by which we will get benefit in this life, in this society, material benefit. but that is not the ultimate benefit. That is temporary, that is momentary, that is not permanent. And the second defect is that we cannot be sure whether we will get result in that activity or no, because sometimes we don't get result. Like if there is a small mistake, then we don't get result. This is how Vritrasur was born. Vishwarup's father conducted sacrifice to take revenge. But what happened? Vritrasur was born and he himself only died. Why? Because there was a small mistake in the fire sacrifice. So, in these dharmic activities, Bhagavan says in Bhagavatam that it is like agriculture. When a person is doing agricultural activity, it undergoes lot of obstacles. Sometimes the seed may not be proper, there may be weeds, there may not be proper rainfall, or there may be worms, insects which eat away, or there may be excess rainfall or lack of rainfall, there may be some cyclone, etc. So before the crop is ready, it may get destroyed. Maybe it may get destroyed by other animals or birds. So there are lots of obstacles in agriculture. So this is the path of prayers. So in this path, the person always is under anxiety. The other path is that of Shreya. So that's why he says that please tell me that path which is supremely beneficial for me. So one thing is that in the on the spiritual path, if you follow it properly, you will never fail. You will definitely get the result. And the result will be of ultimate benefit. It will give permanent benefit. It will never get destroyed. It will always continue. That's why Arjun is asking for Shreya. And for asking, for knowing the Shreya, you have to go to Guru. So Bhagavan may say that why are you asking me? I am your charioteer. My job is to drive the chariot. I am not your guru. That's why Arjun says clearly that no, I am your Shishya. I am taking your shelter. So you please instruct me. So this is an extremely important verse. There are few verses in Gita. As such, every verse is important, but there are some verses which are extremely important, and this verse is one of them. Because actually, Bhagavad Gita begins from here. Whatever we studied till now, that was an introduction. Because from here only, henceforward, Bhagavan will start instructing Arjun. And in our life also, it works like this. In our life also, there is a revolution only when we take shelter of Guru. Because this verse is about taking shelter of Guru. And Bhagavad Gita ends with this only. So there also Bhagavan talks about Sharanagati, that you take my shelter and I will relieve you from all miseries. So Gita begins with Sharanagati and it also ends with Sharanagati. So in the path of spirituality, the beginning is with Sharanagati, by taking shelter. That's why it is extremely important to understand this, because people, even in the name of coming on the path of spirituality, they actually don't come into the path of spirituality. Even by seeing, they don't see. Just because if your eyes are open does not mean that you are seeing. Only opening eyes is not sufficient. Your mind also has to be focused on the object of vision. Otherwise, mind is somewhere else. So you are seeing something else only. So even after hearing, you are not hearing actually. That's why in Gita, Bhagavan says that a person sees the Atma with surprise, hears with surprise, or even after hearing does not know. So what is the reason that even after hearing he does not know? What is the cause? The cause is this, that he has not taken shelter, he has not done Sharanagati. That's why it is extremely important to understand this. So, first point is that a person can never obtain spiritual knowledge on his own. Nowadays, these kind of ideas are very famous, and is the people give the logic that everything is inside us, and if we purify the chitta, all the knowledge will come out from within. But this is not the reality, because whatever will come from inside, it will be material only, because your chitta is material. From material chitta, how can you get something spiritual? Maximum you can be in sattva gun and you can understand that I am not this body. But how to get liberation from this body, that you cannot understand simply on your own. That's why in Kathopanishad it is said that don't apply your logic in this. Why? Because only by your tarka, by your logic, you cannot understand this. So tarka apratishtanat, tarka is not final in this matter. Tarka cannot establish the Siddhanta conclusively. And other point is that you can get knowledge only from knowledgeable guru. So that's why Upanishad says that if you want to know the spiritual knowledge, if you want to understand the tattva, the reality, then take shelter of guru. Samit Pani means by taking shelter. And guru should be of what type? He should be knower of Shastra and experienced, who has realized Brahma. Bhagavan also says this. So everywhere you will see this only. So Bhagavat also says similar thing. So in the Indian culture, it is this. This is the speciality, is that is taking shelter of guru. Without this, it is impossible to progress on the spiritual path. Without this, whatever you are progressing, and if you are feeling that it is spiritual progress, no, it is maximum, it is progress in the mode of goodness. It is not spiritual progress, because it will not give you liberation. That's why Arjun understands this, and Gita is teaching this to us, because Arjun is representing us only. Our situation is like that of Arjun. Whatever Arjun is telling about himself, that is actually our own situation. We ourselves are overpowered by this defect of weakness of heart. We are bewildered in the matter of dharma, and we do not understand what is supremely beneficial for us. That's why we should take shelter of Guru. But even after knowing this, why we do not take shelter? One reason is that our own material ego. This is the biggest obstacle on the spiritual path, that is our ahankara. So, because of this ahankara, we think that we do not need this. Kunti Devi ji says to Bhagavan Sri Krishna in her prayers that people have various types of ahankara, that of birth in a noble high family, or ahankar of rich wealth, or ahankar of immense knowledge and learning, or ahankar of beauty. So this intoxication, because of this, we cannot take interest on the spiritual path. And on the spiritual path, even if we come to that, and if we still remain intoxicated because of all this, then also we are under the same problem. That's why Bhagavan is addressed here as Akinchana Gochara, that those who are Akinchana, meaning Kinchana means little, Kinchat means little, and akinchan means nothing. Abhav means the person who understands clearly that nothing belongs to me, only such a person can attain Bhagavan. Sharanagati means this only. To understand this, in the beginning we don't have experience of this, but with intelligence we should understand this and we should have Shraddha in this Siddhanta. That as long as we have our own ahankara, so we have this ahankar within that I am the master, the Ishvara, I am the controller, I can influence people, I am the enjoyer, I enjoy material objects, I am Siddha, I am very strong, I am very happy, I am very rich, I have many people, I have many followers, and who is there like me? So in this, our ahankara manifests in these various ways, and because of that, either we do not come to the spiritual path because we don't have interest, or even if we come, we cannot progress because we have that ahamkar. Ahamkar is like the peg on the wall or like the anchor to which the boat is tied. So if you do not remove the anchor, the boat cannot move. Life has also been told as a boat by Bhagavan. So this body, material body of ours is like that boat. But if we are still tied to that anchor of ahankar, then we cannot move ahead on the spiritual path. The boat will simply keep rotating within that radius. It cannot move further. So this ahankara is the cause of our bondage. It is called Chit Jada Granthi. Jada is material and Chit is spiritual, and both are tied together. That is the knot. So unless we loosen this knot, we cannot begin the spiritual path. That is why Gita begins from here. Till now, Arjun was showing his material ego, although it was appearing as great humility, but that is not the fact. That's why Arjun says that I am your disciple, you please instruct me. And which knowledge is he asking? He is not asking for material knowledge, he is asking for Shreya. In Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, there is a small story that Narad ji is going to Sanat Kumar. Narad ji himself is such immensely wise, but he is setting example. And Sanat Kumar, Sanat Kumar and Narad ji both are sons of Brahma. So Narad ji goes to Sanat Kumar and says, Bhagavan, please instruct me. So Sanat Kumar first of all asks him that please tell what do you know, because you already know a lot. So there Narad ji tells a long list of the subjects that he had already studied. That what all I have studied, like Rig Ved, Yajurved, Samaved, Atharvaved, Ayurved, Dhanurved, Sthapatya Ved, Arthashastra, Itihas, Puran, Tantra, Shiksha, Kalpa, etc. He tells all those subjects. I have studied all these subjects, but I am still not able to get relieved of my lamentation, my dejection. So please relieve me from this dejection. He says, Shokam Param Tarayati. So then he says that I have studied all this, but I don't know spirituality. So now we have knowledge of, we have ahankara of our knowledge also. But Bhagavan will say that if you actually have knowledge, why are you dejected? So that's why Naradji says that I have all this, but I am still influenced by lamentation, by dejection, like we see in the case of Arjuna, that his mind was filled with dejection and he sat down. So that's why he says that I have come to your shelter. And further also he will say that my dejection will not go away until and unless I receive knowledge from you. So this verse teaches us we should deliberate on this verse, because in our life also we have same situation. Even in material life, if we have to progress, we have to take knowledge from some experienced wise person. We should not think that if I ask him, then my weakness will be revealed. We should never be, we should never feel shy of taking knowledge. Like if a person is hungry, he should not feel shy of eating. Should not think that if what will people think of me that I am eating so much. So same in the case of knowledge also. So Arjun is also not hesitating because Bhagavan is his friend. So he did not feel shy that he is my friend. How can I become his disciple? If he would have gone to some great rishi like Vyasadeva or Vasishtha, Parasar, Maitreya rishi, so then he would not have, then there would have been no question of so much ahamkara. He would have gone and bowed down in front of rishi. Then nobody would have uh, thought it strange why Arjun is bowing down to him. But when you accept a friend as a guru, then it is something quite strange. But Arjun is serious about it. So it shows that Arjun, how much humble he has become. It is not some small thing that going to a friend, touching his feet, accepting him as a guru is not something ordinary. So this is a quality of Arjun. Until and unless we have this quality, we will not get knowledge. Knowledge is possible, like in Gita, Bhagavan says, Pranipat here means same thing, that is Sharanagati, Prapatti. Such a person can only get knowledge. In Arthashastra, Chanakya in the beginning, he says this, although he is telling for the king, but he is telling something very important. He says that even if you get knowledge, it will not give you result if you do not possess the following qualities. First thing he says, Shushrusha, that in your mind you should have the desire to hear. If you don't have the desire to hear, how will you receive knowledge? And after that, he takes another meaning of Shushrusha, that is to serve. Because Shushrusha and Shravan, even if you desire to hear, after that you should hear also. But some people have the desire to hear, but they don't hear. So then there is hearing. Now, if you hear from one side and give it up from the other side, so that is also of no use. So then there is grahana. You have to hold on to that knowledge. And then you have to do dharana. You may hold it little bit, but if you don't do dharana, then you forget it. And then vigyan, by deliberating on that, you have to get its experience. And then do oha poha means either is it correct or not, to discuss that. So Chanakya ji has given this standard of learning. So first thing he says is Shushrusha. So Shushrusha means two things. One is the desire to hear, another is the desire to serve. Like in Hindi we say Seva Shushrusha. So we should hear with the service attitude. So this is very important. Nowadays, people don't have service attitude. That's why they do not take shelter. Sharanagati has got 6 limbs.
संगति, शरणागति। तो अनुकूल करना, प्रतिकूल नहीं करना।
So to engage in anukul activity, not pratikul. To do favorable activity, not unfavorable. So for that, we have to understand the bhava of the guru whose shelter we are taking. So Arjun is taking shelter of Bhagavan and he is ready to hear. Till now, he was giving his logic why should not fight in the war. Further, what he will tell, he will ask question. Now, taking shelter does not mean that we cannot ask question. He will ask question, but he will not ask question to argue. If we do not understand something, then we should discuss, we should ask that. And another way of asking question is simply to argue that it should not be like this, why it is like this. So it is the quality of a good disciple that is being portrayed in this verse. That is why this verse is extremely important. And this is the foundation of our Indian culture. That is why I am paying lot of emphasis on this particular verse. If you study Mahabharata, in the beginning of Mahabharata itself, there is a story in which it is shown there is a guru who is Ayodhyamya. He has a Gurukul, and in his Gurukul there are students. So there are three students whose story is given there. One is Ved, one is Aruni, and another is Upamanyu. So all the three, their story is mentioned to show how all the three were, how much surrendered they were to the Guru, how much devoted they were to the Guru, and three standards are also shown through those three stories. You can say like one was Sattvic, one was Rajasic, or one was Tamasic type, but all the three are devoted. And that is why all the three became successful in their activity. So first of all, there is the story of Ved. Ved was his dear disciple. So the Guru had to go out for some work, and he said that you please take care of the home. Whatever responsibilities I have, how I fulfill them, in the same way, you act as my representative in my absence. So the Guru went away for some long time, maybe for some fire sacrifice or whatever. So that time, the Guru's wife, she had the monthly menstrual cycle, and so she told Ved that you are the representative of my Guru, so you please have physical relation with me after the my cycle is over. So he said that how is that possible? I am like your son, you are my Guru's wife. So she said, she gave him lot of logic that you know this is the reason why you should do this. So now Ved is young, so if the woman goes to such a person and she may attract, but Ved did not get attracted. And when the Guru came back, then the Guru was extremely happy to hear how much sattvic Ved is. He could have told that Guruji told me that you are my representative, and it is the general material tendency to have relation with woman, but he controlled himself, and he could have told that this is Guru's order. He could have told that my dear Guru, you only had told me you act as my representative, So it is being shown here that how he utilized his intelligence, not that simply blindly following the instruction of Guru. So Guru was very happy and he blessed him that your study is complete. Then the second disciple was Aruni. So one day there was a tremendous rain, and the Guru had a field, because Guru, along with Guru, there are children, there are students, so it is called Gurukul. It's a family. So now when there was lot of rain and the field was filled with water and the water was flowing, so all the crops would have got destroyed. So Guru told Aruni that you go and stop that water. So he went, and the water was flowing so fast, even if he was putting more and more soil to plug the hole, he was wondering how should I protect it. So he himself lied down. So now the body cannot flow away. It was, the water was not flowing that fast also, that it would have taken the boy Aruni also with itself. So Aruni, he simply remained there lying down, and now it was evening time, and it was time for having food. So the Guru asked, where is Aruni? So go and search, where is he? He thought he might have come back, he might be roaming around somewhere near the ashram. So then Guru said he did not come back. So he wondered that I had sent him to the field, let us go and see. So Aruni was lying down there to protect the field. So the Guru started shouting, Aruni, where are you? So he said that, yes, Guruji. So the Guru was wondering from where this sound is coming, because Aruni was lying down, he was not to be seen. So Aruni said that I am here, this is where I am. So he said, I am lying down here. So Guru asked, why are you lying down? So he said, because I have to protect the field from that water, to protect the water, to stop the water. So Guru saw that he is lying down. So he said, Guruji, this water was not stopping only. That's why I had to lie down to protect the field with my body. So Guru was very happy that you have so much respect for my words. So he said that your study is completed. And the third was Upamanyu. So Upamanyu was very strong, physically very strong. So the Guru told him that you please go and herd the cows. So nowadays, those students may say that I have come here to study or to herd the cows. They are simply engaging me in all this work. I had come here to study. So he was going in the morning to herd the cows and he was coming back in the evening. So he was physically very strong. So Guruji asked him, how come you have become so fat? All, all are eating. Why is your weight increasing? So he said that Guruji, I eat with everybody and we go for bhiksha. So Guruji said that after taking bhiksha, you give all that bhiksha to me. So he said that Guruji, when I go for herding the cows, then I again do bhiksha and I eat that also. So Guruji said that this is not correct, because you are becoming a burden on the grihasthas by taking bhiksha again. Don't become a burden on them. This is not correct. So he said, okay. So Guruji thought that now his weight will reduce. So he said, thought that again his weight was increasing, it was not decreasing. So the boy said that when I go there to the forest to herd the cows, then I drink their milk. So Guruji said, but I had not told you to drink the milk. So he said that, but you had not prohibited me also from drinking that milk. So Guruji said that, okay, don't do that again in future. So the disciple stopped that. So Guruji saw that again his weight is not decreasing. So the disciple said that, no, Guruji, it was your order. I am not drinking that milk anymore. So but Guru said that, but your weight is not decreasing. So the disciple said that the calves which drink from their mouth I take. I don't take from the cow. So the milk which is there in the calf's mouth, I just take that. So then Guru said, but the calf will remain hungry. You should not do this. So the disciple stopped that also. Now, unfortunately, he was physically well built, so he had lot of hunger also. And here in Bhiksha, he was just getting some 2 or 3 rotis that was not sufficient. So then he was subsisting on some leaves of the tree, and and it was poisonous. When he ate that, he lost his vision. And when he was walking, then he fell down in a well. So the cow came back, but the disciple did not come back because he had fallen down in the well as he lost his vision. So then Guru asked, "Where is he?" So they said that we don't know, we did not see him. So Guru was wondering, hopefully, he was worried that some wild animal should not have killed him. He was taking the fire torch with him and he was shouting up, "Upamanyu, where are you?" So when he came near the well, so Upamanyu said that, "Yes, Guruji, I am in the well." So Guruji asked that, "What are you doing in the well?" So he said that, "I am not doing anything. I just fell down in this." So Guruji said that, "How did you fell down?" So he said that, "How I became blind? How? Because I was hungry and I ate some leaves and then I became blind." So Guruji said that, "Okay, no problem. I am giving you this Ashwini Kumar stotra which pleases Ashwini Kumar. You recite that stotra." So when he recited, Ashwini Kumars came there and they asked, "What do you want?" The Guru with his disciples anyway had the pulled him up from the well. So the disciple said that, "I don't know. Guruji has told, so I recited the stotra. That's why you came." So Guruji said that, "Please give his vision back." So the Ashwini Kumaras, they gave him a pot of kheer with some Ayurvedic ingredients. So they said that, "You please consume this and you will get your vision back." So he took that pot in his hand, but he was not eating. So Ashwini Kumar said that, asked him, "Why are you not eating this?" So he said that, "Unless Guruji gives orders me, how can I eat this?" So Ashwini Kumar said that, "Your Guruji, he eats without asking his own Guru. How come he eats without asking his own Guru? So, but you are doing this." So he said that, "Guruji can do that, but I cannot do that. Guruji is Guruji, but I am disciple." So then the Guru ordered and he got his vision back. So Guru was very pleased with him that he followed his instruction. So why this story is given in the beginning of Mahabharata? Because Bhagavad Gita is part of Mahabharata only. That's why I narrated this story simply to show that Mahabharata, which is a great Shastra of our Indian culture, a source book of learning Indian culture. So in the beginning itself, it is shown that the Indian culture is based on guru-disciple relation. It is Indian culture is a culture of obedience to Guru. My Guru Maharaj always used to say that, "Prabhu, please become obedient and do what I say." Again and again, he used to tell this, that do what I say. We should not become frivolous, we should become obedient. And nowadays, this is the problem. We become frivolous. Now, it does not mean that we become obedient to everybody. If we are not obedient to Guru, why we got into this hassle of taking shelter of Guru? If you have to just follow your mind only, then why do you take a Guru? Why do you become disciple? Guru, the whole purpose of taking Guru shelter is to get relieved of this torture by the mind. I have made my mind as my Guru and I want relief from that. So, this is the difference between material and spiritual path. When your mind is your Guru, then you are on the material path. And when your mind is not your Guru and you are following your spiritual Guru, that is spiritual path. This is the first step on the path of spirituality. That's why in Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu, Sri Rupa Goswami ji, when he is describing the 64 limbs of bhakti, this is the first point he makes is Guru Padashraya. This is the first step on the spiritual path, the path of bhakti.
भक्ति में विशेष रूप से, क्योंकि भक्ति जो है वो भगवान की अंतरंग शक्ति है, इसको समझना और भी कठिन है। तो अर्जुन यही भक्ति का उपदेश भगवान भी करेंगे गीता में।
So this bhakti's instruction will be given by Bhagwan to Arjun also.
तो ये यहीं से निकलता है गुरु पादाश्रय तस्मात्।
So Guru, so from there only Sri Rupa Goswami ji is taking the teaching of Guru Padashraya Tasmat. That is why this verse is extremely important in our life also. Even in our family life, if we want to be peaceful, then we have to obey the elders. Like we have nowadays in the family, always there is fighting. So we have to practice this at least once a week. We should practice that on this particular day I will totally follow my superiors, my elders. If you can't follow one day in a week, at least practice for 4 hours in a week, that whatever is being told I will do that. I will not follow my mind, because somewhere though you have to start, because this is extremely difficult. Taking shelter is extremely difficult, especially in today's age, wherein all the whatever so-called culture or civilization we call, it is completely antagonistic to obedience. It is of complete freedom, frivolousness. So these two are completely separate paths. So spirituality is a path of Shreya. Material path is a path of prayer. So in that path we just follow our mind. Obviously we will like, because we are following our mind, but its result will be very bad. And it is not necessary that even if we are following our mind, we will be happy. We will like that. So Shreya, the path of spirituality is like this. In the beginning, it may appear very difficult, but its result will be great. And the other point I want to make is that mostly when everything is fine in our life, taking shelter is very difficult in that time. But when we are in some trouble, when we have some danger in our life, then taking shelter becomes little easier. So like now Arjun is in trouble, so in this state, taking shelter is easy for him. Like in Bhagavat, we have the story of Gajendra. He tried a lot by his strength to relieve himself from the crocodile. But when he could not, then he took shelter of Bhagavan. Draupadi's story is also like that. Dushasan was trying to disrobe her. She tried a lot to protect herself, but when she could not, then he called out Govinda. Then she called out Govinda. So that call of Draupadi, it went in Bhagavan's heart. So when somebody calls Bhagavan like that, then that cry goes to Bhagavan's heart directly. So that shelter is in a special situation, but even in our normal ordinary situation also, if we take shelter of Bhagavan, then it has a different pleasure only, because the shelter that is taken in danger, when the person is relieved from danger, he may give up the shelter also. That may happen, because when the cause is gone, the effect will also be gone. So we should not wait for some trouble or danger in our life to come up. So it is said in this Hindi doha that in misery everybody remembers Bhagavan, but in time of happiness, if you remember Bhagavan, then you will not face misery. So in Bhagavat also Bhagavan says, Sometimes Bhagavan generates trouble also, because he notes that without trouble, without danger, he will not take shelter. When trouble comes, then people feel miserable. But when problem comes, then you may also feel that this is Bhagavan's mercy. That's why Kunti Maharani said, she said that you please keep giving danger to us. Please keep giving obstacles in our life. Because the more you give danger, the more we will take shelter of you. But generally people are afraid. So the point what I'm trying to convey is that in whatever way, somehow we should try to obtain shelter of Bhagavan. This is the foundation of happiness and prosperity and ultimate benefit. So I'll stop here. If you have any question, you can ask.
नहीं है तो फिर अपना है कोई प्रश्न या मंगलाचरण और अपना शांति पाठ।
प्रश्न है राधे राधे महाराज जी, कभी कभी
Question is, sometimes mind bypasses the intelligence and decides for wrong action, which is
इंटेलेक्ट ने कारणों को मना किया हो
which is prohibited by the intellect. So what to do so that the mind takes correct decision based on intellect? So the answer for that, you have to practice. When you are in such a situation, it means that your mind has become extremely powerful and intelligence has become weak. So you have to reverse it. You have to uh, make the intelligence very strong and don't give so much strength to the mind. So what to do when you are in such a situation? Then what to do when your mind starts overpowering your intelligence? Means knowingly you are doing the wrong activity. You know that it is wrong, but still you do it. While you are engaging in the wrong activity, you maintain this consciousness that what I am doing is wrong and its result will be negative. Its result will be misery. If you can maintain this consciousness even while in doing the wrong activity, slowly your intelligence will become strong and the mind will become weak compared to the intelligence. So then when you will be in such a situation, that time you will listen to your intelligence and not to the mind. But what happens is that when a person is engaging in the wrong activity, he forgets, rather he gives a logic that what I am doing is right only. Like Arjun was giving logic in the first chapter that we should not do this. So Arjun was giving like logic. So when you keep giving logic against the intelligence, then you are making your intelligence more and more weak. So while engaging in the wrong activity, you should remember that what I'm doing is wrong. Don't try to justify wrong activity by giving some false logic, by giving examples of others that there was some great person, he also did this. Like the Ashwini Kumaras were trying to test the disciple by telling your guru also eats without asking his guru. So next question, you said that guru should be knower of Shastra and Brahma. So how can I understand that some guru has realized Brahma? So that is not possible for you to understand. You just know this much, that he knows Shastra or no, whether he is knower of Brahma or no, that is not possible for you to understand. You are not qualified to know that. Next question, how does one develop the strength for Sharanagati not that we doubt and at the same time have a fear of getting cheated and assurance of success by Sharanagati.
या और अपने मन में assurance रख सके कि हाँ वो गुरु को शरणागति कर सकते हैं.
तो उसके लिए
So the answer for that main thing is
गुरु करना चाहिए.
Guru should be qualified Guru.
गुरु कीजिए जान के, पानी पीजिए छान के.
Like in Hindi it is said that take Guru knowingly and drink water after filtering it. So just don't accept some Guru blindly by following the group mentality, by following herd mentality. That's why in Shastra there are characteristics of Guru, characteristics of disciple. Lakshanas are given. Lakshana means that which can teach us how to attain the lakshya, the goal. So further question, how can one understand who is his Guru? When if hearing from somebody, then you will feel or understand whether he is my Guru or no. How can you understand whether somebody is a good music teacher? By hearing his music only you can understand. So you have to hear, you have to identify.
प्रश्न है राधे राधे बाबा जी, क्या करें कि ऐसा लगे कि हम अकेले
Next
नहीं,
question,
हमेशा हमारे साथ हैं.
what should we do so that we feel that we are never alone, we are always with Bhagavan? So the answer is chant Bhagavan's name, because name Bhagavan and his name are non-different. As much as possible engage in chanting. Okay, so we'll recite the prayer verses.